Well, everybody, this is going to be part 8 of the final part of my 1930s through 1970s movie collection 2025 edition. So, anyways, no time to waste. Let's continue on. And here are the rest of the 1970s. 1970s movies on VHS. So, anyways, let's begin. Haven't seen this movie yet, unfortunately, but I will soon. If I have time or not. October 31st or Halloween 1986 and November 11th, 1986. And printed the 45th week of 1986. This movie right here needed a rewatch soon. August 14th, 1997. And the 32nd week of 1997. Classic 1970 movie right here that stars Dustin Hoffman. November 27th, 1995. And the 48th week of 1995. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, definitely recommend it. Heard it's one of the best movies of 1970 right here. My dad had this tape since when he was same age as same age as mine. He got it back in 2002. May 31st, 2002, and the 23rd week of 2002. And this movie right here needed a rewatch soon as well. Classic 1971 movie right here. I freaking love this movie to death right here. February 2nd, 2002, and March 4th, 2002. So printed 2 days before I was born. Alrighty then. Had the tape since December of 2015, which I got from Goodwill 2 days after Christmas. August 14th, 1996. and the 33rd week of 1996. Needs a rewatch soon. So, yep. August 26, 1996. Definitely one of the best movies of 1971, and won Best Picture. And rest in peace to Gene Hackman, who died back in February this year, so rest in peace to him. And the label is Fallen. But I'm gonna tape it back on soon. If I have tape again, then I will. Hmm. This is the 1971 version of Shaft, in case you didn't know. February 8th, 2001. I will probably rewatch this movie after Thanksgiving, so yep. Had this tape since August of 2015, which I got from Goodwill. And before I went to Goodwill's, or the first time, or the second time I went to Goodwill to buy some more tapes for the collection, January 19th, 1995, for part 1. And part 2 is also printed January 19th, 1995. I will probably rewatch this movie soon, so yep. September 11th, 1999, so printed 2 years before 9/11, aka the tragic days of our lives. Of course, I did rewatch the Godfather trilogy back in 2024. Um, February 5th, 2001 for part 1, and the 6th week of 2001. And part 2 is printed February 5th, 2001. Same print dates part 1 and the 6th week of 2001. This movie right here needed a rewatch soon. Of course, I've rewatched it back in 2022, but it needs a rewatch soon. August 23rd, 2000. Excellent 1972 movie right here. And rest in peace to the late Robert Redford, who died back in September of this year, so may he rest in peace. March 28th, 1994. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, definitely recommend it in the future, so, yep. Once again, this movie right here needed a rewatch soon, which I've first time watched back in 2023. The Invisible Ink print date is April 9th, 1989 and April 14th, 1989. June 20th, 2003. So this is a late reprint. November 9th, 1994. Haven't seen this movie yet, unfortunately, but I will in the future. Really good James Bond movie right here from 1973. No print on this tape, unfortunately. But that's alright, though. I've seen this movie before, last year. Classic. And in case you didn't notice that, I got toilet paper on my nose because my nose is kind of stuffy there. But hopefully my stuffy nose will be better before Thanksgiving soon, so yep. April 28th, 1994, and the 18th week of 1994. This movie right here needed a rewatch soon. February 8th, 1988. And the week year code is the 6th week of 1988. Once again, this movie right here needed a rewatch soon before Mel Brooks' 100th birthday. Which is very excited, huh? Um, the Invisible Ink print dates May 15th, 1991 and May 17th, 1991. October 19th, 1992 for part 1. And the 47th week, or the 43rd week of 1992. And as for part 2, October 19th, 1992. And I think same print day as part 1. And part 2 is the 43rd week of 1992. Once again, this movie right here needed a rewatch soon. August 25th, 1994. Classic 1974 movie right here. September 14th, 1999. And the 37th week of 1999. To be honest with you guys, haven't seen this movie yet. Reprint for May 1st, 2000, and the 19th week of 2000. Classic 1975 movie right here that I've rewatched. That I've first time watched last year. January 15th, 1996. And the third week of 1996. And needs a rewatch soon as well. Classic 1975 movie right here that stars Jack Nicholson. And this movie won Best Picture. April 13th, 2000. Once again, needs a rewatch soon. March 6th, 1998, so printed my birthday of that year. And 4 years before I was born. Printed the 10th week of 1998. And this is a rare 1980s VHS by MCA Video Cassette Inc. No print date or week and year code on this tape. To be honest. Once again, this movie right here needed a rewatch soon. January 18th, 2001. Let's see. Classic 1976 movie right here. And this will be one of the last John Wayne movies ever made before his death in 1979. March 10th, 1990 and September 11th, 1993, so this tape is recycled. The recycle week and year codes the 10th week of 1993 and the 36th week of 1993. So this tape is absolutely recycled. Oh. There. That's better. Classic 1976 movie right here. That has Peter Finch, Faye Dunaway, Robert Duvall, and William Holden. April 13th, 1992. And I will probably rewatch this and the 1964 Pink Panther movie in the future since I don't have the other Pink Panther movies. But I have the 2006 one on DVD that stars Steve Martin. October 18th, 1990 is the print date. This is the 1976 version of Freaky Friday that stars Jodie Foster. And the 2003 remake that has Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. And speaking of which, I plan on getting Freakier Friday from Amazon. Like, I'll order it today. Which that'll be a rewatch soon. Anyways, December 13th, 1991 is the print date. Classic 1977 movie right here that has the late Donald Sutherland, Robert Duvall, and Michael Caine. November 26, 1999. And the 48th week of 1999. Classic 1970s movie right here that stars John Travolta. And I did rewatch it back in May of this year. Classic. January 10th, 1998. And the first week of 1998. Once again, this movie right here needed a rewatch soon. And this tape is a reprint. January 15th, 2003. March 19th, 2002. So this is a reprint. classic 1977 movie that I've watched back in 2020. April 29th, 1998, and the 18th week of 1998. This is the 1978 version of Halloween that stars Jamie Lee Curtis. And I had the tape since 2013, which I had for a very long time. And now, here are the rest of the tapes that I'm about to show right now. Yep, I'm about to show the rest right now. And I did rewatch this movie, and it's a classic from 1978. And this is the oldest Sony tape that I ever had, since this is a 1983 VHS. October 25th, 1983, and the 43rd week of 1983. And the box is almost broken, but I'll have to tape it back on soon, so yep. Excellent 1978 movie right here that I've rewatched back in May of this year. And this movie won Best Picture as well. December 16th and December 18th, 1992, and the 50th week of 1992. And Part 2 printed December 17th and December 18th, 1992, and the 50th week of 1992. Same week in year code as Part 1. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, definitely recommend it soon. So, yep. Haven't seen this movie yet, to be honest. But I will in the future, so, yep. Once again, this movie right here needed a rewatch. March 17th, or known as St. Patrick's Day, 1995. Okay, James Bond movie right here from 1979. October 28th, 1997, so printed 3 days before Halloween of that year. Haven't seen this movie yet, to be honest, but I will in the future. No printing on this tape, but I have some prings on the top of the lid. Haven't seen this movie, to be honest. Three more tapes for this video, then we'll be done for now. Classic 1979 movie right here that has Steve Martin. And I did rewatch it back in 2022. December 6, 2000, and the 50th week of 2000. Definitely a classic from 1979 that has Roy Schneider. Toy Street Fox movie, and it's also co-made by Columbia Pictures. Even though both of the logos are not shown at the beginning. To be honest. And lastly, here is this movie right here. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 1979 movies. And won Best Picture as well. March 6, 1997, so per my birthday of that year, and 5 years before I was born. And the 10th week of 1997. Well, everybody, there you have it for my 1930s through 1970s movie collection for 2025 edition, part 8. Stay tuned for my 1980s movie collection, 2025 edition. That will be tomorrow's video, so... Anyways, this is Superman being 2002. See y'all later, and hope you have a fun rest of your Tuesday morning. Don't forget to put a thumb up, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and comment down if you are ready. So, anyways, see y'all later, and hope you have a fun rest of your Tuesday morning. So,